What it do, homies? It's your boy Dave, and I'm back today. Out of all the songs and everything that you got that came out on this album, "The War to End All Wars," this is the one a lot of you guys was requesting. Okay, and it's called Hellfighters. All right, and went and looked up a couple of information about it, and what I could find, loosely based that they had this division of soldiers that were mainly based of African American and Puerto Rican soldiers who were not allowed to fight alongside other American soldiers and everything. And of course, segregation and all that types of stuff, which, to these days, in these times, we can't even fathom something like that. But, back in the day, back in the day, what I mean, that was just kind of your normal line of thinking. So it's very interesting that Sabaton has a song like this because although both sides, we're both fighting the same battle, but to kind of see that type of segregation, even in times of war, right? When both of you should be on the same side, you're still not treated as equal. Now that's kind of crazy, isn't it? That's crazy, but that was the time of thinking back then. So I'm pretty sure Sabaton's going to do this great justice, and then even I, as an African American myself, is going to learn a little bit more of because I would consider this at least a part of African American history. So let's go ahead and shut up and turn it up. Wait a minute. I said African American. What did I read here? Yeah, African American. Okay. For a minute, I was sitting here thinking maybe they said African, but African American. Okay. From a land across the ocean to the western front where they served, full of courage and devotion, because that's a turn. As the spring offenses kept churning, where the men would earn their name. See the tides of battle turning, and the falls ignite their flame. Look at that. I love that part right there. Right, what he said, preconceptions. What he say? Preconceptions turned. Right, because back then, African Americans and I guess Puerto Ricans were thought of being as less than. You know what I mean? So they let them fight together, and as they were seen as less than, your typical average like white American or whatnot. So preconception, they go out there and they actually start battling and showing stuff they worked like, wait a minute, these guys are actually kicking. Hey, hold on now. Come on, Yo King, go ahead and tell it. Months. As the war rages on, they fight at the edge of the Argonne. Feel the toll of the bell, over 6 months in hell. Out of the trenches they came. As the war rages on, at the edge of the Argonne. Hellfighters earning their name. This was a tale of persistence and courage. 6 months of fighting, right? And they call themselves Hellfighters, right? Because they were in there. It was in the thick of it, waning off battles and everything, pretty much just bearing the grit of stuff. And then right when you thought that they were dead, there ain't no way that they could survive, here they come rising on out like, oh, it's about time you guys done came. Yo, that must have been mind-blowing. You know what? I need to know some more information. I can't just leave this here. The information that I read here was just a little quick excerpt and everything, but I'm excited. Let's keep it going. And the brooding. See, I think it was my last reaction. That was about Yanesk, Yashinesk. What was his name? And right now I had a kind of a problem with the brooding vocals and the hook and the chorus or whatnot, because I didn't think it was necessarily fitting. But I don't feel that same way this way, right? And the title is like Hell Fighters, right? So we talking about being in the thick and being in the grime. Hell, you know what I mean? And ain't nobody singing in falsetto. I mean, it might be if they in pain, but for the most part, this is some deep devil demon type of stuff going on right here, right? It's anguish. So that little command, that's kind of giving me that sense of, grit your teeth, bear it all, and keep fighting. So I love that, and I don't think I even hear a sense of just high, like, background vocals. It's just all kind of brooding out, so I love that. Definitely gets the energy pumping.
They would have no prisoners taken, and they never lost any ground.
Oh, wow.
Burn across the war unshaken, never turned around. As the armistice drawing closer, the 369
369th, okay.
kept on fighting till it was over, and they were first to reach the right.
There goes the first.
The toll of the bell kept fighting for 6
What
months in
the
hell.
hell?
As the war rages on, they fight at the edge of the Argonne. The toll of the
Oh, to hear that again. Yo, Joakim kind of had that what's that thing that he did in his voice?
they fight at the edge of the Argonne.
We hear that the way he said that edge of the Argonne. I love that. Those little small little stuff he throws in there to kind of add that extra flair, that extra aggression. Okay.
Hear the toll of the bell over 6 months in hell. Out of the trenches they came. As the war rages on at the edge of the Argonne. Hellfighters earning their name.
Nice. Ooh. Oh, yo, Sabaton is putting a foot down on this album. They brought out all the single stops. Like there is nothing being held back, bro. That whoo. See, I was gonna make a comment about how like the beginning of it, how they kind of kept the same rhythm going on, but then they had somewhat of some rhythm interruptions, maybe some time signature interruptions and everything. So I was sitting here thinking of, if I was to compare that to like what would battle be like, it'd be kind of like more of the same for the most part, which are sudden changes as the enemy starts, changing their tactics of trying to get you. So the rhythm being the same at the first part of that solo, right? And then the changes in the rhythm being changes that the enemies are making as they keep pouring on this onslaught into the Hellfighters. So I was like, all right, cool, that makes sense and everything. So I don't know, I wasn't really expecting any type of shredding to go on. But lo and behold, of course there's going to be shredding. And that shredding came, and boy, was it epic, right? And that's where the battle is happening, right? That's where the epic tale of what these guys was doing for 6 months in hell unfolds. It unfolds in that solo right there. Ooh, boy, was he shredding? Come on. I'm getting hot. I'm getting hot, man. I didn't bring no water over here for me. I'm just gonna have to suffer. Let's keep it going.
Hear the toll of the bell over 6 months in hell. Out of the trenches they came. As the war rages on at the edge of the Argonne. Hellfighters earning their name.
Look at that. Oh, man. What was that? Yo, just when you think Sabotage can't get any better, what was that sound? That was almost kind of like a closed casket. The Undertaker, the Reaper has come for the souls. Okay, now we got to learn some more about what's going on with the Hellfighters. Okay, I'm kind of gonna look for like a quick excerpt. I know that the oh, I should have put it brought up a movie. I should have known that. Hellfighters. Um, I'm just gonna look at some quick excerpts of everything real quick. Not necessarily looking for something like super drawn out. Want to be respectful of you guys' time. Um, Private Henry Johnson, Albany, New York, held tight his French rifle and stared into the dark no man's land, listening for German raiders beyond the parapet. He could make out shapes in shadows. Okay. Yeah, this is more drawn out and everything. I was kind of looking for like a quick one and everything. I hate to make my reactions long because one, I don't really have a lot of time for these reactions. So I rely on you guys is to kind of let me know like the details and intricacies of this type of stuff. And actually, I do a lot of this reading off camera while I'm sitting here, trying to get my baby girl to go to sleep. So I'm gonna read that. I'm probably gonna read through this one to get a better idea of what's going on. But that's pretty cool. We got a picture right here. I definitely need to know some more about this. So you best believe I'm gonna be like reading you guys' comments, and I'm also gonna be doing a lot of research on my own and as well checking their history channel, which I do know exists. Okay, that's the end of this video. If you enjoyed the content, leave a like and subscribe. Dave's out.